Ever see a car and think, wow, that's actually really cool, only to realize almost no one talks about it? That's the world of underrated cars, fantastic machines that for whatever reason just don't get the spotlight. They might be overshadowed by flashier rivals or come from a less prestigious badge. But these vehicles often hide incredible performance or game-changing technology, just waiting to be discovered by those willing to look a little deeper. These unsung heroes are often the smart buys, the enthusiast's secret. People overlook them because they stick to the familiar, the heavily advertised, or the badge that their neighbor has, missing out on unique driving experiences and often better value. These cars deserve attention because they challenge our preconceptions, proving brilliance isn't always found on bestseller lists. They offer a different, more interesting choice for those who look beyond the obvious, providing a refreshing alternative to the mainstream. So today is my list of the most underrated cars of the 21st century. We're going to dig into some hidden automotive gems, explore their cool quirks and features, and find out why they punch way above their weight. I'll show you why these cars are secretly awesome and why you should definitely know about them. Get ready to be surprised by what the automotive world has quietly offered. All right, buckle up, because first up we have a car that might be pretty well known, but I still think it's criminally underrated for just how phenomenal it is, especially in a world increasingly dominated by EVs and, dare I say, boring automatic transmissions, and that is the Honda Civic Type R. Now, yes, people know the Type R. They see the massive wing, they see the iconic red Honda badges. But do they truly appreciate the sheer engineering wizardry packed into this front-wheel drive marvel? This isn't just a Civic with some aggressive bodywork, it's a meticulously honed, track-devouring performance instrument. Honda has poured decades of racing DNA and engineering prowess into this car, and it shows in every single detail, from the functional aerodynamic elements that genuinely produce downforce, to the incredibly precise and satisfying 6-speed manual shifter, which, by the way, is easily one of the best you'll ever experience. The performance capabilities here are just frankly staggering for a car that can still comfortably do the school run or a trip to Costco. Under that vented hood, you've got a high-revving turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, the K20C1 for those taking notes, that absolutely sings, delivering a wave of power that's both incredibly exhilarating and surprisingly linear and manageable. But the real magic, the secret sauce, is in the handling. Honda's engineers have somehow bent the laws of physics with the Type R's front-wheel drive layout. The mechanical grip is immense, the turn-in is razor-sharp thanks to its dual-axis strut-front suspension, and the car just communicates everything to you, begging you to push it harder and harder through every corner. It often features a sophisticated adaptive damper system that keeps it incredibly planted and composed, yet surprisingly compliant for daily driving. And then there are the track-ready features, which are not just for show. We're talking serious braking power, usually from Brembo calipers, that can withstand lap after lap of intense track abuse without a hint of fade. You get deeply bolstered sport seats that hug you in place, a brilliant rev-matching system that makes every downshift sound and feel perfect, though you can turn it off, purists, and various driving modes, Comfort Sport and the all-important Plus R mode, that completely transform the car's character from a relatively tame daily commuter to an absolute track weapon. Plus, the styling, while certainly polarizing for some, is undeniably purposeful and aggressive. This car is a pure, unadulterated testament to Honda's commitment to driving enjoyment, and it's a performance bargain. Next up is a car that flew under the radar for far too many people, but it's an absolute firecracker and a shining example of Hyundai's incredible transformation into a serious performance player. And is the Hyundai Veloster N. When Hyundai poached Albert Biermann from BMW's M division to head up their N performance brand, the enthusiast world collectively raised an eyebrow and then leaned in with anticipation. The Veloster N was one of the first cars to prove that Hyundai wasn't just playing around. They were deadly serious about making fun-to-drive cars. This isn't just a Veloster with a body kit, it's a proper, snorting, barking hot hatch with a wonderfully mischievous and engaging personality, and you can't ignore its most obvious quirk, the Asymmetrical three-door design, one long door on the driver's side, two smaller, conventionally hinged doors on the passenger side. It's wonderfully weird, but the real excitement that starts the moment you press the start button and get behind the wheel. The Veloster N is powered by a potent 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that delivers a serious punch, especially with the optional performance package, which bumped horsepower up to 275. This engine is often accompanied by a fantastically raucous and characterful exhaust note, complete with grin-inducing pops, crackles and bangs in N mode that are just hilariously entertaining and frankly addictive. The handling is sharp, agile and incredibly engaging, particularly with the electronically controlled limited slip differential, ELSD, that came with the performance pack, which does an amazing job of taming wheel spin and pulling the car out of corners with surprising tenacity. And like the Type R, the Veloster N is brimming with track-ready features and thoughtful performance touches, especially in that crucial performance package, guys. We're talking bigger brakes for improved stopping power, stickier Pirelli P0 tyres for enhanced grip, and that brilliant ELSD I mentioned. It also features the N-Grin control system, which is a wonderfully named interface, allowing you to customize various parameters like engine response, suspension stiffness, thanks to adaptive dampers, exhaust sound, rev matching, and stability control. It's this level of driver focus, combined with its unique personality and strong performance, that made it such a compelling, and I firmly believe, deeply underrated hot hatch. Sadly, it's no longer in production, which only enhances its underrated legend status. Now, for our third performance-focused, underrated gem, we're delving into a car with a name that resonates with rally victories, boxer engine rumbles and giant rear wings. The Subaru WRX STI. And you might be thinking, how on earth is the STI underrated? It's a legend. And you're right, the is absolutely legendary. However, I believe that in its later iterations, particularly the VA generation, which ran from 2015 up to its farewell in 2021, people started to either take it for granted or felt it hadn't evolved quite as dramatically as some of its newer, more technologically advanced rivals. But my friends, is where they'd be missing the point, because the STI, even in its final form, remained a uniquely capable, incredibly engaging and brilliantly raw all-weather performance machine that offered an experience few others could match. The absolute heart and soul of the STI has always been and remained its distinctive powertrain, the legendary EJ257 2.5-litre turbocharged boxer flat-4 engine, and Subaru's renowned symmetrical all-wheel drive system, crucially featuring a driver-controlled center differential, DCCD. This potent combination provides truly phenomenal traction in all conditions and a raw, mechanical, almost analog feel that's becoming increasingly scarce in today's digitized automotive landscape. The power delivery is classic old-school turbo, a little bit of lag down low, followed by a significant satisfying shove in the back as the boost builds. It's not as smoothly refined as some modern turbocharged engines, but that very character is a huge part of its enduring appeal. And then there's the hydraulic power steering, another increasingly rare feature which offers fantastic uncorrupted feedback, directly connecting you to what the front wheels are doing. And then there's the handling, which is where the STI truly shines, with its stiff chassis, aggressively tuned suspension, and powerful Brembo brakes, a signature SETI feature. This car is an absolute weapon on a twisty back road, a challenging rally stage, or even just a wet, slippery commute. The DCCD is a brilliant piece of kit, allowing the driver to adjust the torque split between the front and rear axles, fundamentally altering the car's handling characteristics to suit their driving style, the road surface, or even their mood. It's a car that demands to be driven with commitment, and it rewards skilled input like few others in its price bracket. While some critics lamented the aging EJ257 engine towards the end of its life, the overall package was still incredibly potent, offering a driving experience that was and still is utterly unique and deeply satisfying. The end of the gasoline STI era means these later models are, I think, increasingly appreciated for the special machines they are. All right, we're shifting gears now, both literally and metaphorically, as we move into a couple of cars that are underrated not necessarily for their outright speed, but for their innovative technology, their impressive fuel efficiency, and their environmentally conscious design. Our first contender in this category might surprise some of you because it's a name that's virtually synonymous with hybrid. But I think its plug-in variant is particularly overlooked for just how clever and practical it truly is, and is the Toyota Prius Prime. Now, the standard Prius, everybody knows it. It's the undisputed poster child for hybrid vehicles, the car that brought hybrid tech to the masses. But the Prime takes the well-established concept a significant and very useful step further. The Prime offers a genuinely usable all-electric range that, for a great many people, could comfortably cover their entire daily commute, their errands, their school runs, all without using a single drop of gasoline. This is thanks to a significantly larger lithium-ion battery pack compared to the regular Prius. Depending on the specific model year and generation, you're looking at an EPA-rated all-electric range of around 25 miles, and newer versions push that even further. This makes it a fantastic transitional vehicle for those who are curious about electric driving, but perhaps aren't quite ready, or don't have the infrastructure for a full battery electric vehicle. It's the best of both worlds, really. Silent, emission-free electric driving for shorter trips, and the peace of mind of a hyper-efficient gasoline hybrid system for longer journeys. Beyond its impressive plug-in hybrid system, the Prius Prime often boasts some unique technological and design features that set it apart. Some models featured an enormous, vertically oriented 11.6-inch touchscreen infotainment system that was quite radical for a Toyota at the time, looking like something you'd find in a much more expensive EV. There was even an available solar roof option on certain trims, which could help to charge the battery while parked or even power auxiliary systems while driving, which is a genuinely cool and innovative piece of tech. The styling, too, was often more distinctive and arguably more futuristic than its standard Prius sibling, particularly with unique front and rear fascias and that cool dual-wave rear glass on earlier models. It's a car that quietly and efficiently goes about its business, saving its owner a ton of money on fuel and significantly reducing their carbon footprint, all while delivering the legendary reliability you expect from Toyota. Next up in our showcase of underrated innovation and efficiency is a car that truly marked a turning point for its manufacturer, and despite winning a plethora of prestigious awards, I still believe is somewhat underrated by the general public for just how revolutionary it is, and is the Kia EV6. When the EV6 arrived on the scene, it wasn't just another electric car joining the growing ranks, it was a bold statement of intent from Kia. Built on the Hyundai Motor Group's dedicated EGMP, Electric Global Modular Platform, which it shares with its equally impressive cousin, the Hyundai Ioniq 5, the EV6 brought truly striking, almost concept car-like design, seriously rapid charging capabilities, and a range of powertrain options that could embarrass some legitimate performance cars, all wrapped up in a practical and surprisingly spacious package. The innovative technology embedded within the EV6 is genuinely impressive and far-reaching. Its standout feature is the 800-volt electrical architecture, a technology typically found on much more expensive EVs like the Porsche Taycan. This allows for incredibly fast DC fast charging, meaning you can potentially add over 200 miles of range in as little as 18 minutes if you can find a compatible 350 kilowatt charger. That significantly reduces charging anxiety and makes long-distance EV road trips far more feasible and convenient. Then there's the brilliant vehicle-to-load V2L functionality, which essentially turns the car into a giant mobile power bank. Using an adapter, you can power external appliances, tools, camping gear, or even charge another EV in an emergency. It's incredibly versatile. Inside the EV6 continues the high-tech theme with sleek dual panoramic 12.3-inch screens for the digital instrument cluster and infotainment system, creating a very modern and minimalist cockpit. It's also packed with advanced driver assistance systems. Beyond the headline-grabbing tech, the EV6 offers excellent real-world efficiency for its size and performance, especially in the long-range rear-wheel drive configurations, which can deliver well over 300 miles of range. And if you step up to the performance-oriented GT line or the absolutely bonkers 576 horsepower EV6 GT, you get blistering acceleration that can genuinely rival supercars. The design is also a huge part of its appeal. It's sleek, muscular, and doesn't look like anything else on the road. Kia truly hit a home run with the EV6. And I think many people still don't fully grasp just how competent, advanced, and game-changing this car truly is. Our final underrated champion of innovation and eco-conscious design is a car from a relatively new, very cool brand that's doing things a bit differently, masterfully blending minimalist Swedish design principles with serious electric vehicle technology and a strong focus on sustainability, and is the Polestar 2. Polestar, which originated as Volvo's performance tuning arm and has now been spun off as a standalone electric performance brand, jointly owned by Volvo and Geely, launched the Polestar 2 as its first all-electric volume model, and it immediately stood out from the crowd with its distinctive avant-garde 5-door fastback design. It's a car that doesn't shout for attention, but rather confidently and stylishly states its presence. I believe it's underrated because it sometimes gets lost in the considerable noise generated by Tesla's market dominance and the sheer volume of new EVs emerging from established legacy automakers. The innovative technology in the Polestar 2 is deeply and thoughtfully integrated. It was one of the very first cars on the market to feature Google's Android Automotive OS natively built into its infotainment system. This isn't just Android Auto projected from your phone. The entire system Android, meaning Google Maps, Google Assistant for voice control, and the Google Play Store for downloading apps directly to the car, are all seamlessly integrated. It's incredibly intuitive, responsive, and benefits from over-the-air updates. Polestar also places a very strong emphasis on sustainability that goes beyond just the electric powertrain. They offer innovative interior materials like Weave Tech, a completely vegan upholstery, and reconstructed wood deco panels. They are also commendably transparent about the car's life cycle carbon footprint, publishing detailed reports. And while it's undeniably eco-conscious, the Polestar 2 certainly doesn't skimp on performance or driving pleasure. It's available in various configurations, including single-motor front-wheel drive, later switched to rear-wheel drive for improved dynamics and efficiency in base models, and dual-motor all-wheel drive, with the latter offering very brisk acceleration and confident handling. Recent model year updates have brought significant improvements in range and efficiency. For those seeking a sportier edge, the optional performance pack adds manually adjustable Öhlins dual flow valve dampers, Brembo brakes, forged alloy wheels, and distinctive gold accents for the seatbelts and brake calipers. The Polestar 2 is a sophisticated, thoughtfully designed, and beautifully crafted electric car that offers a compelling and stylishly understated alternative for those seeking something different from the mainstream EV pack, a true piece of Scandinavian cool with a genuinely green heart and a surprisingly playful spirit. So there you have it, a look at some of the most underrated cars of the 21st century. From the thrilling track-honed performance of the Honda Civic Type R and Hyundai Veloster N, to the all-weather capability of the Subaru WRX STI, and the innovative technology and eco-consciousness packed into the Toyota Prius Prime, Kia EV6 and Polestar 2. These cars prove that exceptional performance, fantastic value, and truly cool, unique features can often be found far beyond the usual bestseller lists and the most hyped-up models. They are the hidden gems that truly deserve a moment in the spotlight for the brilliance they offer. I really encourage you to research these models and others like them that might not always get the headlines. The automotive world is vast and filled with fantastic vehicles that, for one reason or another, don't always get the widespread attention or sales figures they arguably merit. Exploring these less obvious options could lead you to your perfect next car, one that offers a unique character, a rewarding ownership experience, and maybe even better value. Don't be afraid to look beyond the mainstream choices. And if you enjoyed this journey into the unsung heroes of the automotive world and you want more deep dives into cool cars, their fascinating quirks, their unique features, and what makes them so special, then be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button if this video opened your eyes to some cool cars you hadn't considered. And please let me know in the comments below which underrated car think deserves more love. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.